This is November 6th, 2024. And everybody who reads a newspaper or looks into the social media have learned that this is the day when we know that the 47th President of the United States of America is Donald Trump. I see many friends, associates, people around me despair. And people express that they are giving up on the world and stuff like that. And here are my 2 cents on this. This is not a day to despair. This is a day to get together and focus. First of all, there very little is remarkable about Donald Trump. It's very difficult to understand what he says. He's a fundamentally arrogant, despicable person whose lies are well documented. The way he treats his staff members is well documented by former staff members who bear witness on his horrible personality. What's remarkable, though, is the people around this person. That's remarkable. What other people say about Donald Trump that has very little to do with Trump himself, and probably has something to do with the people themselves. And I think that could be worth understanding. Why people think that Donald Trump is some kind of savior. That's completely unreasonable. What's important is to figure out what kind of society do we want to build. I don't want to, define myself as somebody who is against Trump and put a label on myself. I'm anti-Trump. No, I'm pro a lot of things. I think it's time to get together in the real world and talk about solutions. Talk about ourselves as being a part of nature, for example. How can we produce something other than plastic? That's just an example. Plastic cannot be eaten by any organism. And then the huge piles of trash that humans leave after us get bigger and bigger and bigger because we produce plastic and because that can be sold and made profit of and all of that. How can we produce something other than war? I think it's totally about time to focus on the best of humanity. That's what this day is for. Our creativity, our capacity for compassion, for solidarity, for lifting each other up, for reaching out a hand to somebody in need. The only thing bigger than the hate of Donald Trump is probably his self-hate. And that's something to question. Why should we hate ourselves? We were created to contribute. What can we contribute to our community? And then I'm not only talking about the human community, I'm talking about all life on earth. How can we contribute to that? How can we live a life in solidarity, in love, in generosity, in creation, in humility? Life is a gift. What do we want to give back? That's what this day is about. I don't think social media is a platform to talk about this, actually. Social media is set up to promote conflict and meaningless conflict. I think it's time to reach out to each other in the real world. Donald Trump is an entertainer. Frank Zappa has said, Frank Zappa, the musician, that politics is the entertainment branch of the military-industrial complex. And I think he has a very good point. So what do we want entertainment to be instead of that? What do we want politics to be? Is it possible to have a vision for a life on Earth in peace with each other, in peace with nature? How does that look, and how do we accomplish that? I think there is a lot to learn from people with different experiences. It's super important not only to look for advice among people who look like ourselves, or act like ourselves, or listen to the same music. It's super important to go beyond that and listen to the experiences of people who live far away. Or even close, actually, but sometimes it could be the neighbor of your community, the person you never spoke to. How can we reach out a hand? The world is going to need solidarity on an unprecedented scale. And the world needs you and me and all of us to come together and figure out how to accomplish this. I wish you a beautiful day and a beautiful week. Have fun. Good luck.